Joining us now live is Gamal Soltan. He's an associate professor of political science at the American University. He's in Cairo. So we've got the pro-Morsi demonstrators calling for these protests. They're getting people out today. They're also coming out on a Friday in response to al-Sisi calling for his supporters to come out and protest. So what do we think is going to happen here? Are we expecting al-Sisi to use this as an opportunity to intervene, to get the military to break up the pro-Morsi sit-ins?
Well, apparently it's a showdown time. I mean, perhaps there will be a large number of people out in the streets of Cairo by Friday in response to al-Sisi's call, and also on the other hand, the Muslim brothers and their supporters look resilient. So it's a kind of a legitimation of some sort of action, more strict actions to be taken against what is called terrorism, but perhaps also it means some of the protests that is organized by the Muslim Brothers and the pro-Morsi forces. So perhaps by the demonstrations of Friday will be used to change the rules of the game that been there since June 30th, particularly since July 3rd, when the former President Mohamed Morsi was disposed.
One really has to ask, though, how are these rules going to change? What are these strict actions that al-Sisi might be asking for a mandate to do?
Well, it's difficult to say, but so far there has been some sort of tolerance toward the protest organized by the pro-Morsi forces. Apparently, this tolerance is going to end, or at least to be much less tolerance than before. More force will be used not to allow the pro-Morsi forces to demonstrate or rally in any places that they want. So perhaps how strict, how harsh those measures, this is a very difficult question to ask, but definitely it will not be the same.
And this speech really does show, doesn't it, that al-Sisi is firmly in control here, despite putting in a civilian interim government. Well, yeah,
definitely he is a strong man behind the government. Yes, there have been millions of Egyptians took it to the streets to protest Morsi's presidency and demand the end early end of his term. But if it weren't for the al-Sisi and the military intervention, perhaps they couldn't have achieved their goals. So he is recognized now as a strong man behind this government, and he has taken quite a big risk, actually, and put a lot of investment to come to the forefront of the political scene, and himself calling for demonstrators to go out to the streets. He has taken a risk and put a lot of investment for those Friday rallies, and this is why I'm thinking it will be a kind of a turning point in this conflict between the Islamist and the secular forces in this country.
Gamal Soltan, thanks very much for joining us there from Cairo with your thoughts.